அறிவால் உயர்வும் அன்பால் இணைவும் வருகை தந்த அனைவரையும் இன்முகத்தோடு வரவேற்கிறோம். A warm welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. R. Rajendran, former principal and professor, PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Our dynamic principal, Dr. R. Gopalakrishnan, our vice principal, Dr. G. Karthikeyan, our deans, directors, heads, faculty members, faculty coordinators, student coordinators, all the teachers and participants from various schools in Tamil Nadu, press and media for the inaugural function of the National Science and Mathematics Day 2026 held at our premises. We request all to rise up for Tamil Thai Valthu and remain standing for KSR Anthem as well.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெருந்தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
May we now invite our dignitaries on the stage to lit Kuthuvilakku for the auspicious start of the tournament. This is a symbolic moment that signifies the dispelling of darkness and igniting of thought and enlightenment. Give a big round of applause for spiritual initiation for the fruitful achievements. Thank you, dignitaries. மோப்பக்குழையும் அனிச்சம் முகந்திருந்து நோக்க குழையும் விருந்து. May we now invite Ms. V. Miruthulavarshini from first year B.Tech Information Technology to welcome the gathering.
Happy morning all. It gives me immense pride in welcoming the gathering on the dais and off the dais on the National Science and Mathematics Day 2026 celebrations. First, let me extend a warm welcome on behalf of our institution to our distinguished and venerable chief guest, Dr. R. Rajendran, former principal and professor of PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, in joining and celebrating with us National Science and Mathematics Day. Hearty welcome, sir. I'm duty-bound to welcome our charismatic principal, Dr. R. G. Gopalakrishnan, to this function for inspiring us with his valuable insights. Welcome, sir. Next, I welcome our loved vice principal, Dr. G. Karthikeyan, to this August Day function. Welcome, sir. I take a special privilege in extending a warm welcome to the budding student contestants and participants from various schools across the state and the accompanying headmasters and teachers to this National Science and Mathematics Day 2026 celebrations. Welcome all. Next, I welcome our dean, directors, heads, members of faculty, staffs, and student volunteers to this elite gathering. Welcome all. A special welcome is reserved to the special invitees, present media, for their valuable presence on this red letter day. Welcome all. With concerted hands, let me welcome everyone present at this venue. Welcome everyone.
Thanks a million, Miruthulavarshini. Science is not just a body of knowledge. It's a way of thinking and a constant quest for the truth. இந்த தேசிய அறிவியல் தினத்தின் முக்கியத்துவத்தை பற்றி எடுத்துரைக்க இயற்பியல் துறை தலைவர் முனைவர் வி. வாசுதேவன் அவர்களை மேடை கலைக்கிறோம்.
Very good morning to the chief guest, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, honored guests, and my dear students. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone to the celebration of National Science and Mathematics Day at K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Today, we gather to celebrate two significant occasions that highlight the brilliance of Indian scientific and mathematical heritage. In India, National Science Day is celebrating on February 28th to honor the famous Indian scientist Sir C.V. Raman, who discovered the Raman effect. And National Mathematics Day is celebrated on December 22 to honor the birthday of the mathematician Srinivasan, whose ideas are still used all over the world. Science and mathematics are very important and powerful in our daily life. Mathematics helps us to think clearly and solve problems. Science helps us understand nature and improve human life. Today, science and technology helps us in communication, medicine, transportation, education, AI technology, and many other fields. Our country is growing rapidly, very fast, due to advancements in science and innovation. In this journey of growth, young students like you play a vital role. Curiosity and the courage to ask questions and the willingness to learn new things are the first and most important steps towards discovery and success. I am very happy to share that around 1,300 students from various schools are participating in this year's celebrations. Your enthusiastic participation makes this event more meaningful and successful. Several activities such as Project Expo, quiz, lectures, workshops, and competitions have been organized today. These programs provide students with an opportunity to learn science in engaging, interactive, and practical manner. Our institution takes great pride in honoring dedicated teachers through the Best Science Teacher Award, since the teachers play a vital role in guiding students, inspiring innovative ideas, and shaping the scientists and leaders of tomorrow. Dear students, every great invention started with a simple question. So, never stop asking questions, never stop learning. Science and mathematics open the door to creativity, innovation, and a bright future. Let this celebration inspire everyone to develop scientific thinking and work together for the progress of our nation. I convey my heartfelt best wishes to all the participants for their success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for the factual insights. சிறந்த வழிகாட்டி ஒரு திசைக்காட்டி மட்டுமல்ல, அவர் லட்சியங்களை நோக்கிய பயணத்தின் உந்து சக்தி. Our pillar of support and guidance, our principal, is the driving force behind such innovative events. May I now invite Dr. R. Gopalakrishnan, Principal of KSRCT, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Mosi. With the blessings of our founder, Lion Dr. K.S.Rangasamy, it's my pride and privilege in welcoming once again the today's chief guest, more than chief guest, he is our mentor. Welcome to our K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology with a big round of applause. Thank you. Because whenever we celebrate any event or inviting guests, it always should connect with the event. A person from science, and he has done a lot of things for the society, and he has achieved many things. If you look at, probably when you listen to the introduction of the chief guest, you will be able to understand why he's been invited for this event as the chief guest. So thank you, sir, for continuously creating or producing a lot of researchers, scientists, and we can add so many things. With the support of sir and so many people in around within the country or outside country, they are working and doing a lot of things for the country and the entire world, and that's the biggest thing which he is doing for the science and the entire world as well. Thank you, sir, for your service. And the coordinator for the event, vice principal, deans and directors, heads of the department, and students from various schools, and the gurus who are accompanying the students, the teachers of from various schools, and my dear students. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. I'm expecting very, that's really great. Good morning. Yeah, that's a gesture. Normally, school students we expect. Big round of applause, from our. Good morning, guys. Thank you for your gesture. That's really, happy and. So that's thing normally it happens in the school. Hats off to the teachers. Make sure the students, the future fillers of our country, be groomed in such a way. That's a great gesture. Thank you, guys. And today we are here to celebrate National Science and Mathematics Day, as the coordinator has rightly mentioned, in the remembrance of the two great. In fact, நம்ம இந்தியாவோட செல்வங்கள்னே சொல்லலாம், because Raman effect, and another one is Ramanujan sir's, the problems which he solved, his solutions which he has given. It's in a proud moment for every Indian, because Sachin Raman, he got a Nobel Prize, and after that, if you look at the history, there was no Nobel Prize as such. So that this celebration, either we are celebrating. Normally celebration means it would be full of colors. Today the hall is filled with full of colors. The kids with the different thoughts. That's what we see as in a color, because you come with different innovation. So our objective, our plan is to kindle the young minds, because the small innovation in your thoughts, small innovation in your activity, action will make changes in the process. So that's the role of the institution like us. We do celebrate a lot of events, so many activities we conduct, but we are always happy when we do the Science and Mathematics Day at our campus, because we'll be able to have the kids, and we can understand this also. The entire event organized by the students of first year K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Hats off to you guys. And because in fact last week we had an online meeting, the same Saturday we had an online meeting. We will be able to get a lot of insights, certain points been implemented, and immediately I decided it has to be only organized by the students of first year. Thank you guys for your wonderful insights, and taking the opportunity and doing things in a grateful manner. And coming to again the Science and Mathematics Day, few points I wanted to highlight, because the young students are here, and you must be knowing the country today is signing only because of the science and maths. You may think that, no, why not engineers and doctors and so many other people are also there. But anything, the basic is science. So normally, application of science is engineering and the technology. For engineering and technology, the mathematics are base. So for sure, the science plays a vital role in any of the higher education and any of the future applications. So don't forget the basics, because the principles, people normally say we should have a principle. Similarly, the science, the principles are matters. That principle later it can be applied to any of the technology or any of the engineering application. Then it become your product, or it may be anything. So all these principles, it's derived from the nature. We should not forget that. Probably sir will be highlighting the same, because anything, if you look at, we are bound to understand things from the nature, because any algorithm, even people call it as a honeybee algorithm or nature inspired algorithm, or a lot of principles, it's derived only from the nature. So that's an important thing. The science, it is from the nature. And here we make sure the science and technology. One is science. We have people from physics, chemistry, mathematics, and we also have biology, because engineering, where comes biology? We have biotechnology and food technology. So those sciences one side, another side engineering. We have electrical, electronics, computer science, information technology, mechanical, mechatronics, robotics and automation, and we do have AI and data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and textile, civil engineering. All these things should ensure that it should solve the societal problem. What is meant by societal problem? So today, somewhere, people have a problem with agriculture. So we have a simple mechanism called SIDRA hub, Satellite Driven Rural Agro Hub. So with that inputs from the satellite, we call it as a satellite, Sentinel-2 satellite. We get the inputs from the satellite and we talk to the local farmers. We send a WhatsApp messages in vernacular language, and we also have a mobile testing van. The van will go to nearby villages, farmers. We carry the kit and it will measure the soil. We call it as a soil doctor, NPK value, pH value. What is the requirement of either it may be irrigation, and all these things would be addressed. Similarly for the textile, the local Tiruchengode and Erode is known for textile and weaving and power loom and all these things. How the textile department and the science and technology can help natural dyeing, and how your power loom and automation in the loom, how it can be helpful. Our students and the faculty members are supporting. Not only that, Erode again, turmeric, there also the curcumin value is in a matters. Probably sir will be addressing about the same in a detailed manner, how the curcumin can be act as a medicinal process for any of the medicinal related things. Like that, I can add number of things. So that's what in our campus, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, science and technology should solve the social problem. So even most of our projects, we wanted to address the societal related. Moving on, again today, probably you're here to you showcase your talents, and also project expo. It may be in a quiz competition, and apart from that, we also wanted to give some kind of an insights based on different workshops. Almost 9 workshops been planned. Probably you must be knowing AI for gaming and drone, robotics, DNA isolation. That is one of the important workshop for any of the biology student. PCB design, printed circuit board. So any application you wanted to make without electronics, we cannot do. And AI, artificial intelligence of tech, IoT, AIoT we call it as. So next to electronics is IoT, Internet of Things. You can operate your applications which is in the home or your land with the mobile applications. That's what we call it as an AIoT. And again, mobile application from the computing and IT departments, 3D printing. So just look at that things have changed last 3 years or 4 years, 5 years. Before you'd go for a product development or proof of concept is mandatory. So that proof of concept will be done with the help of 3D printing. Yes, we have a 3D printing workshop. And the future of food innovation. Because if you look at anything, generally for a human being, as long as we are here, certain things are very, very important. உணவு உறைவிடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Food is matters, and your apparel matters, and living the civil engineering matters. On the top of all the above, health care. So healthcare, it is another important area where we are also working, and biotechnology, food technology, we are all working on that. Here, all these things, now AI is also been applied. So that's the era we are living in. Recently, you would have noticed 12, 13, 14, just a week before, our country is in a presidency for hosting the Impact Summit. This year we have, our India has done it. In fact, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all 5 days. It is an AI summit. In fact, we also participated. We also got an opportunity in two aspects. One is one of our AI students team, they got 7th position out of 20,000 students. So they went to Delhi and they presented, and students from second year, not third year or final year, students from second year, 4 students, they presented about their case. There are 2 categories. One is a students category, another one is startup category. Totally 850 students called to present in the Bharat Mandapam. Our students positioned in the 7th. And there is another grant called Catch Grant, National Cancer Grant, and India combined they organized event, which is giving in a solution for the cancer, because cancer is one of the deadliest thing which is happening in our country and our state as well. Our Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering and AI jointly submitted a proposal. It is also shortlisted, one among 35 proposals in the country. We were also now listed in top 35, 10 been given 50 lakh grant. We are also now happy to say we are in the 18th or 19th position in the top 35 out of 800 proposals submitted across the country. I can keep on adding a lot of things, want of time, and our chief guest is here. So this is a thing which is happening. I just wanted to put one more request to all the schools who are gathered here. Almost more than 40 or 50 schools are. Dr. Vasudevan mentioned 1,300. Now a lot of schools are also started coming. Even as per the registration, it crossed 1,500. Hopefully we are expecting. Last year it was 1,514. This year we are obviously expecting 1,800 plus or 900 plus crowd. Probably by evening we'll be able to know the exact count. And one request, as I said, the schools. It is our responsibility. After completing the college, normally industry will talk. The students are not as per the expectation of the industry. But here we wanted to know, take the schools, we wanted to know, join hands with the schools, make sure we are aligning with the industry now onwards. I just repeat it. இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கேம்பஸ் இன்டர்வியூக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்க என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இன்னும் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ரெடி இல்லை, நிறைய கேப் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் it should be addressed from the school. So now itself we can work together, we can address, we can march towards the employment, because end of the day any student, either he or she may be work in an organization, otherwise he become an entrepreneur. ரெண்டுக்குமே நமக்கிட்ட we have opportunities where we can collaborate, we can work. It may be science, it may be mathematics, it may be computer science, or it may be biology, or anything for that matter. Yes, we can work together and make sure we become developed country by 2047. That's we call it as Viksit Bharat 2047. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thanks a bunch, sir, for the insightful thoughts. உயர்ந்த சிந்தனை, சிறந்த அனுபவம், சீரிய வழிகாட்டுதல், இவை அனைத்தும் உயர்ந்த நிலையை தரும். Let us invite Ms. S.S. Subitra from 4th year B.Tech Artificial Intelligence and Data Science to introduce the chief guest to the August gathering.
A happy morning. It gives us immense pleasure and honor in introducing our distinguished chief guest, Dr. R. Rajendran, former principal and professor of PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, on the inaugural function of National Science and Mathematics Day 2026. Dr. R. Rajendran is a postgraduate in applied microbiology and doctorate in microbiology, specialized in textile microbiology and biotechnology, and Doctor of Science in Microbiology. His research, teaching, and industrial consultancy experience was more than 2 decades. His research interests were textile microbiology and biotechnology. He has completed 3 major research projects and led 3 major research projects. He has authored 97 research papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, 121 research papers in the proceedings of national and international conferences and seminars, and co-authored 18 books. He had won many awards and honors to his credit. To name a few, he won the Academic Excellence Award by PSG Management during 2004, 2005 and 2006, awarded as the Eminent Scientist by Textile Research National Research Center, Cairo, Egypt, April 2009, and he has a number of Best Research Paper Awards at various international and national scientific forums. He has been invited to present his research findings as a plenary guest and invited lectures in a number of international scientific research forums at Egypt, Sudan, Tunisia, and in Sri Lanka. More than his proficiency in the field of science, he is mentor for many aspiring institutions in and around Tamil Nadu for their research and development. We now request our principal to honor our chief guest with a shawl, memento, and a token of remembrance, and we request our chief guest to receive the honor from our principal. Thank you, dignitaries. May we now request our esteemed chief guest to deliver the chief guest address to the budding students. Now the podium is yours, sir. Thank you.
The most respected, the chairman of this, a very big ocean of institutions, Dr. or Srinivasan, and the vice chairperson of this KSR education institutions, K.S. Sachin in absentia, and the most vibrant and enthusiastic principal of this KSRCT, Dr. Gopalakrishnan, and the Vice Principal, Dr. Karthikeyan, and the coordinator of this wonderful science event, Dr. Vasudevan, and the students who have been taking up a responsibility and coming here to give the welcome address, Miruthulavarshini, and the student who is going to give the vote of thanks, Priyanka, and the student who has introduced me wonderfully with short words. I'm very happy with that. And all other persons, and I'll be failing in my duty if I don't address my two close friends who have been always keeping in touch with me from KSR, Dr. Kadir and Dr. Maithili, and all other faculty members, the teachers of the various schools who have assembled here. Take pains and bring your children here for this event, and all other blossoming scientists from the schools, the young scientists who have assembled here. A very good morning to you all. A very good morning to you all. Very good morning. Please sit down. Thank you for your ovation. See, my association with this institution, it is not new. I have been here maybe 2-3 occasions earlier. And whatever it is, the type of the contact that the principal and the faculty members, they keep in touch with me, and the type of mentorship that they expect from me is said to be something tremendous, and that shows their dedication and involvement, which they wanted to bring this institution to the next level in terms of research. So my appreciations for that sort of your involvement and dedication that the principal and the faculty members are showing in this institution. Now coming to the theme of today's function as such, it is the National Science Day combined with it of your Mathematics Day as such. So you know, Sir C.V. Raman, one of the Nobel laureates who has created a history and carved a niche in terms of the science, where he was able to make up India in the case of your global scenario of getting out a Nobel Prize for his invention, which we call it as the Raman effect. And you know, it was not his birthday, or it is not said to be his anniversary day. It is the day which is being celebrated in commemoration with the invention that he had in the case of a Raman effect, which you know even now the students are learning in terms of physics, and its application is said to be widened, and diversity of applications that we are able to derive from the discovery that he was able to do it as such. Then we are also celebrating Mathematics Day, okay, in commemoration with Dr. You know, it is Srinivasan Ramanujam, who is the best South Indian mathematician, who was able to come out with several type of your innovative approaches and several type of the problem solving concepts that he was able to introduce in mathematics as such. And to start with, you know, why KSR is inviting the school students here. So, you know, even yesterday, I was at one of the colleges in Erode, where I was addressing the college students as such. But more than that, the type of the effort that KSR institutions is taking up is said to be something commendable. Why? Because catch them young. And that is the concept that they wanted to invite all the school students here and then make this as a mega event where the type of the innovation, the ideas, the ideation, and different type of the discoveries which come in their mind is the one which is going to get in the form of a product, or it might come out in the form of a technology, or it might come out in the form of a process which you are going to take it up in the case of your future as such. And being basically a science person, a biologist, standing in front of you on this Science Day, it is a great pleasure, and I feel really elated to give you a small type of your motivation in terms of science as such. I'll give you a simple example of my experience. You know, when the student introduced me, she said that I got an award from the NRC, National Research Center, Cairo. I wanted to just give you what is the background behind it, and what was the one which initiated me to go up to a level where an Egyptian government was able to recognize me. So, you know, being born and brought up in Coimbatore, which is said to be a textile hub, and it is also called as the Manchester of South India, where you can find that lot of the technical advancements have gone into that of your textiles in the case of your Coimbatore region, where both the dry processing as well as the wet processing of the textiles has been wonderfully discovered and then put up into that of the innovation in the Coimbatore region as such. And there, now they talk about a new type of an advancement in the case of your textiles, which we call it as technical textiles. And among these technical textiles, being a microbiologist, you know, I was just looking into that of your newspaper, and one of my student, he just approached me because, you know, he was allotted me as a guide for his PG dissertation, a PG project. And he wanted me to give a topic for him to work on. And enthusiastically he came and said that, sir, what is the project which I wanted to do, and which is the one which you are going to guide me? And immediately I was just reading a newspaper, Hindu newspaper, and in that I found out there were certain type of your hosiery materials, textile materials, the innerwears, which they say it as antimicrobial. They say that it has got an antimicrobial finish to be present in that. And immediately, you know, as a microbiologist, I wanted to really find out what is the type of your effect that this antimicrobial nature do they have. And immediately I asked the student that, let us explore on this. Sir, we don't have any methodology, we don't have any sort of your procedure, we don't have any publications in this area. How am I to proceed in this without having a protocol? And immediately I asked him to go to CITRA, the South Indian Textile Research Association, and I asked him to find out what are all the protocols that is present there. And there also, when we went and we met the scientists there, the director there, they all came out with a blank answer saying that we do not do anything in the case of your biotextiles. We do not know anything about this. If you want some chemical analysis or physical analysis or any other type of your instrumental analysis, if you want to do in the case of our textiles, we will be able to do it. But biological testing and other things, we don't do it. But they gave us one particular idea. They said that we have got several type of your manuals which is present in our library, which we call it as AATCC manual, American Association of Textile Chemists and Colorists manual, which is present in our library. You can just go refer to that and find out there might be some procedure which is available there which you can follow it. Then immediately what did we do was, he went there, he took out all the manuals there, we went through it, and we found out that the technology and the methods which are analyzing for the antimicrobial effect of the textiles have been present there. We standardized that in our laboratory. Then what did I do was, in the case of your Science Express, in the case of your Indian Express, there is a column which comes earlier in the case of your Thursdays, which we call it as the Science Express. We wrote an article saying that the type of advertisement that is given by that particular company is a foolish. There is no effect at all, no antimicrobial effect at all. And they were trying to fool the public saying that it has got some effect. And when this article was read by that particular company, you know that right from the managing director and the owner of the company and all the VP and all the people, they came to the department and they started shouting at me, and then they were really fighting. How can you claim this? How can you say like this? We have got the effect and we have done it. And I said that we have followed the international methods and then we have done that very perfectly. And immediately what did he do was, he said that, okay, let us come to a compromise. We'll send your sample to a laboratory in the case of your UK as well as in the case of your US, and then cross-verify whether our results is said to be correct or not. We did it, okay? He took up all the responsibilities, and then they sent the samples to both these institutes, and then we found out that what the results that we exactly had in our laboratory had perfect correlation with the results which were given by them, and they didn't have any effect at all. And the next moment what happened was, immediately the company, they approached me and they said that, sir, we want you to work as a consultant. Okay? We want you to work as a consultant. We want you to give some ideas. How are we going to enhance the antimicrobial nature and antimicrobial effect that is present in the case of your textiles as such? And we publish papers and all those things, okay? And a lot of things for the past more than 25 years, we have been working in that area of biotextiles, and then a lot of publications, a lot of patents and other things which we are able to generate it. But what is my message to the school students here is that, see, when we did this, you know, these publications were read by the NRC scientists, National Research Center, TRD, Textile Research Division in the case of your Cairo in Egypt. They went through my paper and then immediately gave me a mail saying that, sir, we are very much impressed with your research. We would like to invite you to Egypt, and then we want you to take the samples from the cloth which has been wrapped for the Egyptian mummies. Okay, you know that Egyptian mummies are said to be very royal mummies, which is somewhere around 9,000 years old, 12,000 years old, 10,000 years old. And I got this opportunity. Immediately, you know that, I took up that opportunity. I went to Egypt. And then they took me as the government guest, a VIP guest of the government of Egypt. They gave me a special permission to enter into the pyramids. And then they gave me a special permission to collect the cloth samples which have been wrapped for using the Egyptian mummies somewhere around 9,000 years and 10,000 years before. We brought those samples to the laboratory. And then what did we do was, we analyzed it, we did a lot of experimentation on it, microbiological, physical, chemical, and all these type of your analysis, we did it. And then we had a joint publication along with that of your Egyptian government, which very clearly said that it is said to be a wonderful type of your finding. And for your information, children, you understand that even 10,000 years before itself, they came out with the technology of how to prevent the microbial attack in the case of your mummies. But it's all purely herbal. Nothing chemical. Only pure herbal type of your preparation that they did, and then they were able to come out with the antimicrobial effect to be present in them. And immediately, you know that Egyptian government, they were very highly impressed with my research. And following the year, maybe in another 6 months, I had a mail, which was the happiest moment in my life. They said that we are selecting you for an award, which they call it as Eminent Scientist of the Year, which was given by the Egyptian government. So, குழந்தைகளே, உங்களுக்கு எதுக்கு இந்த ஒரு கதையை நான் சொன்னேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா, it is not to boast of myself. Okay? You have to understand that how curiosity and critical thinking, how it will be able to make you to enter into the field of science as such. So this sort of your innovative mind and how curious are in the case of your subject, right from the school days itself, you know that you should be mentored and you should be, that is totally groomed from that of your schools. See, school education is said to be something very, very important in inculcating the temperament of science in the case of your children as such. You know, you can ask me a question, why did I become a biologist? Even when I was traveling, I was sharing with Dr. Kadir that I got an engineering seat, I got an agriculture seat, okay? But still, I wanted to stick on to that of a medicine which I was not able to get it. But still, I wanted to continue with biology. I took only BSc zoology, then went into that of a microbiology, okay? So you can find that why I was initiated and motivated to take up biology is that it was because of a teacher called Sheila. Okay, Mrs. Sheila, she is no more now. She was the one who motivated me to take up biology and get interest in the case of your biology as such. So children, you know that the teachers are said to be the gurus. That's what was mentioned by your principal as such. Okay? Gurus. Those gurus, you follow them. And whatever the type of your instruction that they give you in the case of your classroom, take them very meticulously. Take them very seriously. You know that they will be able to give you the right type of your motivation. And the type of the inculcation that the school teachers are giving is said to be something very important. Even now, you know that when my sons were in the case of your first standard, UKG, LKG, and all these type of your stages, and even if they pronounce something wrongly, or even if you find that ஏதாவது தப்பா வந்து சொல்றாங்க, ஏதாவது வந்து கான்செப்ட் தப்பா இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொன்னோம்னா, when I correct it, immediately, you know, they used to shout at me saying that நீ சொல்றது தப்பு, எங்க டீச்சர் சொன்னதான் கரெக்ட் அப்படிம்பாங்க. So you know that sort of your dedication, how much amount of the belief that they have in the case of your school teachers. And everything what you're going to do in the case of your future, as your principal said, whether you're going to become an engineer or you're going to become a doctor or you're going to become a professional in any of the areas as such that you're going to take it up, everything is said to be shaped only in the case of your schools as such. So children, take it very seriously. If you're really interested in the case of your science as such, okay, put your whole thought process into that of your science education. And whatever is being taught, don't learn for the examination point of view at all. Just for getting scores and getting marks in the case of your 10th or marks in the case of your plus 2. Okay, that is something important, fine. But that is not the one which is going to decide about your future. Why? Because with my 38 years of my teaching experience, I have seen that even backbenchers are said to be the best citizens and they have settled down very well in the case of your life. And I have seen even the gold medalists who have got the best marks and then who have come out with very good type of your credentials in the case of your academics, still searching for a job and sitting at home even after 20 years. Okay? So this is said to be the scenario. So God has created everybody with one type of your talent to be present in you all. Harvest what is the talent that is being present in you. ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு தனித்தன்மையான ஒரு திறமையை கடவுள் கொடுத்துள்ளார். இந்த தனித்திறமையான ஒரு திறமையை நீங்கள் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறீங்கிறது தான் உங்களோட திறமை. You have to do a self-analysis. How are you going to do the self-analysis? Find out which is your positive. A SWOT analysis which we call in the case of your higher education. Okay, what is your strength? What is your weakness? Okay, what is your the opportunities that is available? And what are the challenges or the threats that you're going to face on? உங்களை பற்றி நீங்களே வந்து ஒரு அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். ஓகே, இன்றைக்கி நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் என்ன பண்ணுறீங்கன்னா, வீட்டுக்கு போனதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு பேப்பர் எடுத்து எங்கிட்ட எதெல்லாம் வந்து நல்ல குணங்கள் இருக்குது, எங்கிட்ட எதெல்லாம் வந்து நான் வந்து திருத்த வேண்டிய குணங்கள், கெட்ட குணங்கள் நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். ஓகே, திருத்த வேண்டிய குணங்கள் உங்கள்கிட்ட என்னென்ன இருக்குது, ஓகே, இதை வந்து நீங்கள் ஒரு லிஸ்ட் அவுட் பண்ணுங்கள். இந்த திருத்த வேண்டிய குணங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் வந்து எவ்வளோ சீக்கிரம் நீங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் நல்ல குணங்களாக கொண்டு வர்றீங்களோ அது உங்கள் கையில், உங்கள் திறமையில் தான் இருக்குது. when you do very quickly, you will all be able to get transformed into the best type of your students who is able to perform well in the case of your examinations as well as in the case of your curricular and co-curricular activities, and you will all be able to come out as the best type of your students in the case of your school as such. Okay, and some time back, maybe some 4 or 5 years back, there was an exhibition like this, an expo, a science expo which was conducted by the PhD institutions. And I was invited to be as one of the jury members to select the best type of your project as such, which is something very hard, okay? Which is something very tough, because it was so very impressive that every child is coming out with different type of your innovation and different type of your the way in which they were able to come out with the technology or the process, which I think that even the PG students or PhD students are not able to do it. So that is the type of your talent that the school children have it. They have innovative ideas, they have a lot of the innovations to be present in them, which ultimately will end up in the case of your discovery as such. Okay, so coming to the present day or this National Day 2026, the theme, the core theme that has been put forward by the Government of India. Okay, you all know that it is said to be the women in science catalyzing Vikshit Bharat. The principal was mentioning about this Vikshit Bharat. Okay, when are you going to have a glowing and a developed and an illustrious India in the case of your 2047? And I'm sure that this will happen. But when? Why that they are giving importance for that of your women? So even in this gang, I can find that more of women students or women children are sitting here. The girls children are sitting here. So this decision or this sort of your proclamation that the Government of India is going to take up, that it is going to become the developed India in 2047, is in your hands. So we want more and more of women to enter into that of your scientific field. Okay, especially not only in the case of your basic sciences, we want women to enter into that of your technology part. Okay, and don't think that science is only when you take up the basic sciences like physics, chemistry, mathematics, botany, zoology, or biochemistry or microbiology. None. Even when you take up engineering, it is science. It is an advancement of the science which we put it in the form of your technology. Okay, so this technology is the one which is said to be a derivative from that of your basic science in applied aspect. Okay, so we want many of you to enter into that of your science, and the Government of India is now coming out with several type of your scholarship schemes. You know that single girl child scholarship when you enter into higher education, when you enter into that of your medicine, there is a special scholarship that is available. And then you can find if you enter into research, and as faculty members also, you know that there is a scheme called WOSA, Women Scientist Scheme, where they wanted to make many of the women to enter into that of your science. And then we want many of the women to enter into that of your research as such. Why? Now, take it from me that most of the men-dominated domains in terms of education, in terms of the various other type of your contributions, okay, you can find that that is being now occupied with the women. You take it either in the case of your astronaut, or it might be in the form of your pilot, or it might be in the case of your army, anywhere. You can find that women are said to be having the maximum type of your participation, which is said to be a good sign, and that is what the Government of India has given the theme of this National Day as Women in Science. Okay, so we want more and more girls and then girl children as well as your women to enter into that of this type of your things. And another thing is that being a science day, It is not that only the people who learn science should be having a scientific temperament. Scientific temperament is said to be something very important which everybody needs to know, even if they are said to be an engineer or whether they are said to be in the form of an economist or a sociologist or a commerce person. Anybody, you know, that without knowing the basic sciences, they will not be able to survive in this world at all. Why? Because, you know, whatever we come across in our day-to-day life, in our experience, right from morning till evening, the food that we do, that we take, okay, and the water that we use, the water that we drink, and you know, even in this hall, the seat that you're sitting, okay, the air that you're breathing, and the mic which I'm speaking, everything is having a scientific basis, without which you can find that we will not be able to have the advancement in the case of your science at all. So my humble request to the children is that first to develop this scientific temperament. Without developing a scientific temperament and getting involved in the case of your science, you cannot excel well and you will not be able to flourish well in the case of your science and technology as such. And several types of your innovations and inventions have come into that of your present world. You know, I remember there was a song, a cine song, which was sung in the case of your 1940s and 50s. Which was done by N.S. Krishnan and T.A. Madhuram. Okay? Vinyanatha valakka porande, Vinyanatha valakka porande. அப்படின்னு ஆரம்பிக்கும் அந்த பாட்டு. அதில் என்ன வரும் தெரியுங்களா? ஒரு பட்டனை தட்டி விட்டா அங்கே காப்பி வந்து விழணும், ஒரு பட்டனை தட்டி விட்டா அங்கே காப்பி வந்து விழணும், ஒரு பட்டனை தட்டி விட்டா எனக்கு மாவரைக்க, நெல்லு குத்த, இது எல்லாத்துக்குமே எனக்கு மிஷின் வரணும். எப்போ அதை பற்றி எதுவுமே நமக்கு இல்லாத ஒரு பீரியடில் they were dreaming about it. Okay? So that dream has come true now. Now we are in a world where we are talking about AI. Okay? The revolutionizing of the whole type of your science education which is being done with that of your AI. Not only in the case of your science. AI has entered into everything. You know that I used to really enjoy. What is that? When I used to travel, because for the past 20-25 years I have been traveling in the case of your flight regularly. முதல்லலாம் போனோம்னா என்ன பண்ணோம், செக் பண்ணி இது பண்ணி பயோமெட்ரிக்குங்கிறதெல்லாம் ஒன்றுமே இருக்காது. ஓகே, இப்போ வந்து இட் ஹஸ் பிகம் டிஜி யாத்ரா. வண்டர்ஃபுல். நான் போய் எங்கேயும் க்யூவில் நிற்க வேண்டியதில்லை, போய் ஃபேஸை காமிச்சிட்டா ஐ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் என்டர் இன் டு தி queue as such. How is that? It is all because of the invention in the case of your AI as such. So not only this, in terms of science and technology, climate, environment, agriculture, nanotechnology, robotic technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, machine learning, இதெல்லாம் வந்து புதுசு புதுசாக வருது. இதெல்லாம் நாங்கள் வந்து கேள்விப்பட்டது கூட இல்லை. Okay? And they say that there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are coming in this area. Science entrepreneurs, biopreneurs, biological entrepreneurs. Okay? Those entrepreneurs from that of your engineers. All this is possible only because of the innovative type of your thinking that you will be able to have. And remember that your day-to-day life, everywhere we face science, and without this science we will not be able to come out at all. And my dear children, take it from me that don't think that science is only in the case of your textbooks, where you learn biology, physics, chemistry, vomit that in the case of your examination, get good marks, and I have got 498 out of 500 in my 10th standard, okay? That's all is fine. But what is the type of your scientific knowledge that you have gained out of it? That is the one which is going to talk about you. So what you have to do is that it is not limited to laboratories, or it is not limited to that of your textbooks, but it is said to be the one which is creating an innovative thinking in you all. This innovative thinking is the one which the ultimate target of the science education has entered into that of your life. So now I say that there are a lot of future innovations which are going to come, which will make several type of your policy makers. You know that nowadays it is totally different. I still remember that even till I finished my PhD, I have never seen a computer at all. Okay? And that too, if I want to collect a reference, you know that we used to run pillar to post, run to libraries in the case of your Kerala, and in the case of your Bangalore and Coimbatore and Chennai. And then we used to have a card which is called as reference card. We used to fill up all this in the case of this reference card. Okay? And bring that. And Xerox was introduced only at that particular period of time. And you know, that taking one Xerox will be somewhere around 20 rupees or 15 rupees. At that time, my budget, the whole day budget for a single day when I'm going to PSG and coming back will be only 1 rupee. 25 pice for the bus, okay? 25 pice for the back of the bus, and then 25 pice for getting out a hot samosa in the canteen, and my daily saving will be 25 pice, okay? And the first salary which I got in PSG as an aided employee in 1989, it was just only 1,200 rupees, okay? 1,200 rupees with all the deductions, that my take-home salary was only 800. So that was the period now, which we had. What type of your transformation which has taken place in this? What type of your advancements which have gone into it? So I'm sure that there are a lot of innovations which will be able to empower you all and to come out with the scientific type of your meaningful innovations in the case of your the life as such. Okay. And at the same time, remember that you should also have the ethics. Okay? Now, all these advancements, children nalla purinjukanga, it is having a double-edged sword. Idhula kettadum irukku, nalladum irukku. Okay? One of the best invention is your mobile phone. Everybody, even a born children, சாப்பாடு ஊட்டணும்னா கூட என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, சாப்பிட்ணுன்னா மொபைலை கையில் கொடுத்துட்டு தான் சாப்பாடு ஊட்டுறாங்க. பிறந்த குழந்தைக்கு கூட அவங்களுக்கு என்டர்டெயின் பண்ணணும்னா மொபைல் தான் பண்ணுறாங்க. It has got advantages, but at the same time, it is also having a lot of disadvantages also. So what you have to do in this case is that you have to make it very clear which are all said to be the one which you can really utilize in the case of your mobile, and what are the things which you have to avoid in the case of your mobile as such. Okay? அன்னம் எப்படி பாலையும் தண்ணியும் பிரித்து எடுக்குதோ அந்த மாதிரி நமக்கு வேணுங்கிற பாலை மாத்திரம் பிரித்து எடுத்துகிட்டு இந்த தேவையில்லாத தண்ணியை விட்டுருங்க இந்த கேஸ் ஆஃப் யூர் மொபைல். அதுக்காக நீங்கள் மொபைல் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது, மொபைல் யூஸ் பண்ணாத ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் பெஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்னால நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். ஏன்னா அதே எங்கள் பிஎஸ்டி காலேஜ் கேம்பஸில் ஓகே 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி 15 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன மொபைல் கொண்டு வந்தால் பனிஷ்மெண்ட். they will be sent out and the mobile will be confiscated. இப்போ என்னாச்சு, லேர்னிங் மொபைல் இல்லாமல் நீ கிளாஸ் ரூம்குள்ளே வராத. This is what is the situation that is going on. So there are many things that you have to do it. So my final thing is that, see, scientific growth, where you need to have an economical stability, an economical strength, and then you also need a lot of science and technology leadership. You should be the best in the case of your domain that you take up. இப்போவே கிளியராக என்ன பண்ணுங்க, children, decide what you really wanted to become. If you want to become a scientist, in which area you want to become a scientist? And even if you want to become an engineer, in which area you're going to specialize? And what is the type of your advancement that you're going to take it up? In the planning illannu solli sonna, I'm 100% sure that you will not be able to come out with your career very well. Okay, the best thing that you can do is that start planning like a statesman, ahead, plan ahead, and then start working towards that plan that you're going to do it. அந்த பிளான் ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகலினாலும் கவலைப்படாதீங்க. அதுக்காக டிஜெக்ட் ஆகி ஐயோ எனக்கு இது கிடைக்கலையே, எனக்கு இந்த இன்ஜினியரிங் கிடைக்கலையே, எனக்கு மெடிக்கல் கிடைக்கலையே, நான் நீட்டில் மார்க் வாங்கலையே, ஐஐடியில் என்னால் ஜேஇ கிளியர் பண்ண முடியலையே. டோன்ட் வரி அபவுட் இட். தெர் இஸ் அ டைவர்ஷன். And even if you take out a diversion in the case of your science, there are several type of your ocean of fields which are available for you, which you can specialize and you can come out as the best in that. Okay? So start planning and then try to implement what you really want to do in the case of your taking up the leadership in the case of your science and technology, and then also make the social inclusion, women in the case of your science. Okay? And then making more of the people to enter into that of your science as such. Then also the sustainability. I think in your brochure, very beautifully, I was very impressed with the sustainable developmental goals that they have given at the bottom. Okay? I really appreciate it, because the children should understand of what is the importance of this sustainable developmental goals. This is said to be the goals which have been set up by the government of India. Okay? And this is the type of a vision that you are going to come out. In science and technology, that several Indias have come. Make in India, okay? Clean India, Green India, that India, Digital India, all Indias have come. Okay? And how far we are going to align with these Indias? And how far we are going to make this success in the case of your Viksit Bharat? That is said to be the one which is needed for you all. Okay? And as a science person, I always say that, like your Rajinikanth, eat science, drink science, breathe science, okay? And spread the awareness and the betterment of the science to the non-science people as such. நீங்கள் ஒன்றும் இல்லை, இதே வந்து மைக்ரோபயாலஜி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுறோம். காமர்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸையும் பிபிஎம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸையும் கூப்பிட்டு உட்கார வச்சு எய்ட்ஸ் வைரஸ் இப்படியெல்லாம் ஸ்ப்ரெட் ஆகும், ஓகே, இப்படியெல்லாம் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் வரும், இப்படியெல்லாம் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா பயந்துக்கிறாங்க. ஐயோ சார் பயமாக இருக்குது, இப்படியெல்லாம் வருமா அப்படின்னு. That is actually the awareness that you wanted to create in the case of your non-science people, that you are going to take it up. So I am 100% sure that in this whole gang, I am able to give you a curtain raiser of what exactly is the importance of science in the case of your present day situation. And I want everybody to transform yourself into the best scientists who will be able to fit into different fields. அப்போ ஒரு காலத்தில் நீங்கள் வந்து நினைக்கணும், இந்த மாதிரி கேஎஸ்ஆர் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் இருந்துச்சு, நாங்கள் அங்கே போனோம், இந்த மாதிரி வந்து டாக் கொடுத்தாங்க, பிரின்சிபல் இப்படி பேசினாங்க, அங்கே வந்து ஒரு சீஃப் கெஸ்ட் இப்படி பேசினாங்க, அதுலேருந்து எனக்கு ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷன் வந்துச்சு, ஸோ தட் ஐ எம் ஏபிள் டு pursue science in the case of your career as such. That is the real success of this type of the Science Day celebration at KSR. I thank the organizers and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
So thank you, sir. Eat science, drink science, and breathe science. And let us all give a standing ovation to our chief guest for dedicating his life for the science. This is a meaningful and the future scientists and the teachers. I hope you had a great takeaways. SAR sonna mari students become scientists, and that would mean a real meaningful outcome of the day. Thank you all. And thank you very much for the gesture. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
A bounty of thanks, sir, for the wonderful thoughts. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. இந்த தொடக்க விழாவை இனிதே நிறைவு செய்ய கணினி அறிவியல் மற்றும் பொறியியல் துறையின் முதலாம் ஆண்டு மாணவி செல்வி ஜி பிரியங்கா அவர்களை நன்றியுரையாற்ற அழைக்கிறோம்.
A pleasant morning all. With privilege and pride, let me extend my note of gratitude to the entire gathering of this National Science and Mathematics Day 26 celebrations. First, let me express my sincere gratitude to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. R. Rajendran, former principal and professor, PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, for accepting our invite and encouraging the budding school talented students on this auspicious day. Thanks a billion, sir. Next, I thank bountifully our beloved chairman, Shri R. Srinivasan, and dynamic vice chairman, Shri K.S. Sachin, KSR Educational Institutions, for constantly nurturing quality education and disseminating the socio-cultural virtues to the student teachers around the state. A word of thanks, sirs. May I showcase my gratitude to a charismatic head of the institution, Dr. R. Gopalakrishnan, for guiding and steering us with necessary inputs and insights in making this event a memorable one. Thanks a billion, sir. I do thank our vice principal, deans, directors, heads, members of faculty, staff, and students for their concerted efforts in the effective arrangements and making the event successful. Thank you all. My special gratitude is reserved for the budding student participants and teachers from various schools across the state and beyond for their involvement and showcase of their academic fervor. Many thanks all. Last but not the least, let me thank each and everyone in making this function a successful one. Thank you all.
Thank you, Priyanka, for the note of gratitude. The inaugural function of the National Science and Mathematics Day 2026 has officially come to an end. The gathering at the venue is requested to stay back at the venue for further instructions by the event coordinator. A heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. R. Rajendran, former principal and professor, PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Our respected chairman, R. Srinivasan, our Vice Chairman, K.S. Sachin, our Dynamic Principal, Dr. R. Gopalakrishnan, our Vice Principal, Dr. G. Karthikeyan, our Deans, Directors, Heads, Faculty Members, Faculty Coordinators, Student Coordinators, all the teachers and participants from various schools in Tamil Nadu, press and media, for making the inaugural function of National Science and Mathematics Day 2026 at our premises a grand success. The gathering at the venue is requested to stay back at the venue for further instructions by the event coordinator. Thank you.